have to make a follow-up video by this on why I don't like Juggernaut in versus matchups, but again, I think this should really suffice on what I think about here. Shout out to Josh Beck who suggested this matchup, and honestly, I don't think I was going to do it because I really just don't like Juggernaut in versus matchups. That's one of my very few characters I really don't like in versus matchups, but I will use him if I really don't have another character to use, or if I just haven't used him in a long while. But here on this channel, Juggernaut will be a rare species. But anyway, let's talk about Juggernaut here. Where does he lie in the scale here? Juggernaut is easily one of the strongest beings in Marvel. His strength could be seen as Hulk level. Having Hulk level strength, he's actually still able to hit harder than Thor in his weakest and most current state here. So again, he's still relative, I would have to say relative to Thor, or at least relative to pre-cosmic god or pre-cosmic king Thor. So again, he's not weak by any means, but he's not as strong as he used to be. But again, he would still be stronger than, you know, pre-king Thor. Or basically, you would basically be stronger. Ooh, excuse me. Stronger than the Thor that fought the Dark Celestials, I believe. So he's incredibly strong. So yeah, like I said, he's incredibly strong. He's actually able to go toe-to-toe with the likes of the Hulk on multiple occasions at his strongest. Still able to fight along on par with beings like Saturang, who's actually capable of taking attacks from the Black Knight and Conan. Conan, really not someone I would definitely say is worth noting in this match here, but Conan is a powerhouse in his own right here. But Black Knight is actually capable of defeating Noel's dragons, and these dragons were actually capable of taking on entire X-Men teams, to the point where Sunfire needed the power of a star to actually beat one. So again, that's pretty impressive here. I do have to say his durability. He has a healing factor, able to heal from Despair, who tried to erase him from existence, and all that was left to Juggernaut was a bone, and he was still fighting and choking out Despair as a skeleton. He's been able to take Hulk's strongest punches, even attacks from World War Hulk, and this Hulk was able to pretty much one-shot a majority of characters in the Marvel Universe, minus the likes of Hercules, Sentry, Colossus, and, well, Juggernaut himself. I would also say Ghost Rider. Yeah, I don't really think he one-shot Ghost Rider in that instance. Maybe he did. I'm just not entirely sure about that. But again, you guys are free to let me know in the comments down below here. So yeah, he would scale above, or at least two of these characters. I do really think you could say he's above World War Hulk in some regards here, due to the simple fact that World War Hulk actually needed to BFR him rather than, you know, actually go into a full-on confrontation with him. Juggernaut is consistently above the likes of Colossus and Thing. Colossus can actually be seen if, I would definitely put Colossus in the same league as characters like Vision, who's been able to manhandle Jane Foster before here. I definitely say that Vision is a lot stronger, or maybe he used to be a lot stronger than him, because they fought evenly in the comics before. They also were able to fight, he's also able to fight the likes of Nimrod, even destroy a Nimrod Prime, which has been able to beat the absolute crap out of Apocalypse. So again, at the end of the day here, Juggernaut is ridiculously strong, durable, and would be faster and light due to the scaling of characters he is fighting here. Now let's go into Grimlock. Grimlock is consistently, I have to say consistently, he would definitely be above Prime level. He's shown on multiple occasions he's been able to fight and rock the likes of Optimus Prime and Megatron. Even one-shot Skybite, who's actually ridiculous. Skybite, right, in his fights with Jetfire, destroyed a star system, okay? So during that, so honestly you could say Grimlock is above, excuse me, is above the likes of these type of Transformers that can destroy star systems, alright? He's easily above Combiner level, even being a Combiner himself, being a Combiner himself here. He's also capable of restraining Skyfather level Transformers like the Fallen while in a weakened state here. Yes, it was a weakened state, Grimlock here. He was also able to beat the crap out of Tarn, someone who's been able to pretty much tear up Megatron very badly. And in the select comics here, he's actually been able to take down the likes of Megatron, even take down a Cybertronian alliance with the help of his Dinobots. But he took down Shockwave, absolutely mauled him. and he was actually able to fight against an Optimus Prime who was actively trying to take him down. So again, Grimlock does cement himself as one of the strongest beings in that verse. He's also incredibly durable. Before he even got his Dinobot, his Dinobot DNA in Transformers Prime here, this guy was actually able to still remain conscious from a beating from Shockwave. Albeit Shockwave did, play him, he took a beating from Shockwave, was still conscious as the Insecticons ripped him to shreds. That is some endurance, alright? Then when he got to his Dinobot injection, he heals instantly from all the damage he's done. All the damage that Shockwave has done, right? And we get things like Shockwave, Shockwave actually has a much harder time damaging him without using EMPs. And even then, Grimlock is far more resistant to EMPs as time goes on here. He's been able to take attacks from Scorponok, who is a Titan here. Even been able to beat Scorponok, which actually shows his progress here. He's actually has durability down to his very soul here. As for speed, it's a lot more simple than, with Juggernaut here. I mean, you can just scale Juggernaut to be, massively faster than light here. And you can say the same for Grimlock. Due to the characters he scales to, Grimlock is actually able to snatch Skywarp out of the air, who operates at warp speed and is able to warp across entire galaxies pretty easily here. He's been able to react to blaster fire from other Transformers. He's also been able to consistently contend with these kind of beings here. He's also been able to snatch Seekers out of the air, and Seekers are massively faster than light, being capable of actually fighting around black holes like they're nothing. Okay, and even being able to react in astroseconds. Okay, these Transformers are actually able to react in astroseconds, which is actually ridiculously fast here. He's been able to react to Swoop, who's faster than Seekers. Okay, Swoop has consistently shown. Sorry about that. He's consistently shown that he's faster than Seekers here. So yeah, let's begin here, and let's actually begin with this matchup here. Sorry, I'm actually dropping stuff on the side here. So let's begin here. Now, I really don't like Juggernaut in versus matchups, and I don't like it when BFR is into play here. Like, Juggernaut is a character that's hard to knock out. He'll feel the blows through his armor sometimes, but generally speaking, I do not like him in versus matchups at all. I feel like he's a very complicated character that usually gets removed by BFR, or if he's weakened, he can destroy his helmet. Now let's get something out the way here. If we go current by current, right? Like recent incarnation versus recent incarnation, alright? Grimlock dog walks the current Juggernaut. This current Grimlock literally takes down a being with infinite stats. And considering they were actually going by like toy line measures with that, so infinite stats in Transformers by both the toy continuity and normal continuity actually mean that the character is pretty much close to like the levels of like, primes. They're like, not just any primes, they're actually close to the 13 original primes. Like, they're beyond like level 10 class characters. Alright, level 10 class counts as something like Optimus Prime, Megatron. Excuse me. So yeah, if we went by current iterations here, Juggernaut is much weaker, to the point where the immortal Hulk sent him flying with a punch and was absolutely beating the crap out of him. Like, the Hulk was just straight up dog walking. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The Hulk was just, much better than him entirely. It was absolutely ridiculous just how easy the Hulk was just dog walking. So honestly, I have to say here that if we go by current, Grimlock just slaps. Like, he beat the Quintessons, who are like ridiculously over the Autobots and Decepticons in some ways here. They even shown to be able to capture all the Autobots and Decepticons. So honestly, there are a couple ways here that we can look at this fight. We can also look at it as, Colossus, when he had the Juggernaut's power and when he was stronger than the Juggernaut, got his helmet broken by the Thing. And the Thing is not as strong as the Juggernaut or Grimlock in regards here. There's also the fact that we can look at iterations where Juggernaut has just pretty much been broken open. And honestly, Juggernaut's win case here is just the same win case as any battle. Slug it out and hope it works out for the best for him, and it usually does. He slugs it out with someone and he just dominates that person in that department. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's just straight up dominating that person in that field here. So honestly, yeah, Juggernaut isn't someone to, yeah, it's definitely not someone I would like to, you know, mess with. Not in the slightest. Juggernaut is by far one of the most dangerous characters in any versus matchup, honestly. And I actually see why, you know, you guys see people really use him even in versus matchups. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Once you take BFR off the table, it's kind of like, oh geez, so I really can't do anything to this guy, huh? So that just sucks, right? So can Grimlock actually affect the Juggernaut? Again, we're using mostly base 616 iterations of Juggernaut, and we're using the comics Grimlock here. So honestly, if we go by consistency, Grimlock operates at a better level than Juggernaut. I know. Even to me, as a Transformers fan, it's like, damn, I'm really saying that, right? But again here, if we go by consistency, Juggernaut and Grimlock really operate on different things here. If we say that Grimlock can't break the armor, okay, then Grimlock would lose after a slugfest. If I gave Grimlock full equipment, which would include the Technobots, you know, the power of the primes and all that, he would win that, like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If we had a BFR, he would win no hands about it. But going off just a strictly physical and pure brawl, Juggernaut would win it. And then if we add, you know, all the stuff I just said earlier about current Juggernaut and current Grimlock, Grimlock would basically break through the armor, like with two, maybe a full-on combo, and then proceed to beat the daylights out of Juggernaut. So honestly, I think this is one of these things I have to say either one could take it, like 5 out of 10. But if we gave a character extra stuff here, then yeah, the character with the extra stuff would win here. But let me know what you guys think down below. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later for another video. Peace.